the strike on Iran, America had no role to play, but the defense of Israel and the Middle East, if there is an attack by Iran, the US will play a role?
Well, we'll have to wait and see. At this point, we've seen in the past that when Iran attacked Israel in a massive way, we've seen cooperation between the air defenses of the players in the region. This might occur in this time as well.
But when missiles are being provided to and replenishment, as I said, for the Iron Dome, isn't that cooperating militarily?
We have very good cooperation with the United States. We, as you probably know, are producing Iron Dome in Israel, but we are also producing Iron Dome on U.S. soil. And replenishing is something that usually allies do.
With this sort of preemptive strike by Israel, have doors for any negotiation with Iran shut completely?
Well, I don't know. I think it depends on the Iranians. As you saw and you read, the President of the United States is ready to continue negotiations. What we want to achieve is a situation in which Iran no longer has the capability to create a nuclear weapon. That means that they have to have zero enrichment in their country, and that their nuclear infrastructures that could lead them to a nuclear weapon are removed from Iran. So as long as Iran doesn't agree to do that, this threat is going to continue existing, and therefore we will be obliged to act upon it.
Do you know, Ambassador, do you not think that the sort of upcoming talks in Oman that were scheduled between Steve Witkoff and Iran, that's pretty much been scuttled completely with this?
Well, it depends. As I said, if Iran complies with the demand of the international community and renounces the enrichment cycle, what Iran did is actually it abused the assistance it got from the IAEA, and it cheated the agreement that it was part of. So when a country cheats, they don't longer deserve the right to enrich. And this is what we have been arguing. Now, in the report that was released a few weeks back, and actually a resolution that was adopted only yesterday, that was supported by the majority of the international community, it was determined that Iran has breached the safeguard agreement. It means that they cannot any longer enjoy from the rights that they have as part of that agreement. And that means that they have to renounce the nuclear enrichment cycle, and that means that if they agree to that, there is indeed room for negotiation.
How do you respond to the Iranian claim that the IAEA has been completely politicized, and that this resolution that was passed against Iran was essentially, the writing was on the wall even before the resolution was tabled?
Well, that's nonsense, because they were got red-handed. So they know that they cheated, and the IAEA exposed it.
What was the threshold, Ambassador, that Iran crossed that led to this strike? What was the threshold, and when was that crossed for this strike? 2, is it a preemptive strike? Is it something, or is it a provocative strike? How would you term this?
Well, first of all, as I said, the Iranians have accelerated their activity in the context of assembling a warhead, a nuclear weapon, okay, with the enriched uranium that they had and with the ballistic missiles they have developed. Now, of course, this is preemptive. Less than 100 years ago, the world decided not to preempt Adolf Hitler and Nazi Germany. And the result was the worst war in the history of humankind, in which 60 million people died, including 6 million of our people, a third of our people. We are not going to stay put when a radical Islamist regime declares that wants to annihilate us and develops the weapons to execute the plan. We're not going to stand idle by. We are going to act. And this is what we're doing now.
And what was the intelligence, if you can share that? When did you get to know that the pairing of the nuclear devices happened, and that is where Iran crossed the limit?
Well, we know that it has been happening in the last few months. I cannot mention a day, but once we've been able to corroborate that, then we had no choice but to prepare for action in concert, in coordination with our partners.
So the only reason why we are asking, this is probably the third time we ask you about the nuclear pairing, is because the apprehension, we've seen what happened with the Iraq war, the whole yellow cake theory, etc. I know that the Prime Minister has come on record and said 9 nuclear bombs were being readied.
Look, this is completely different, because the IAEA actually has confirmed, and actually there are IAEA staff in Iran that have been monitoring this, and actually Iran didn't deny it. So the fact that they have accumulated this fissile material is something that is common knowledge, not only intelligence-wise, but also the Iranians have acknowledged that. So this is a completely different situation from the situation you had in Iraq.
Do subscribe to the ANI Clips channel to get shorter versions of this podcast. Click here to watch the full episode.